Hello, what's up, soul sisters? How are you on this beautiful, I don't know, Sunday? Dude, it's so cold here. I say it is beautiful because it's sunny, but it is so freaking cold in Portland. And we are a bunch of babies, so I will admit that to you right now. But I was feeling a need to hop on and talk about vulnerability hangovers, and I have 3 ways to really redirect the vulnerability hangover and also hopefully keep you motivated to keep going. So I'm just going to dive right in. Hello. I'm just going to dive right into my 3 ways that I redirect vulnerability hangovers, because I can tell you very clearly that I have had many. Okay. Many. I've been putting myself out consistently online for a year and a half. And while I would say that it does get easier a little bit, the fear and the anxiety around it and the vulnerability hangover does not go away, okay? What happens is, at least for me, I've gotten better at dealing with it. Hi, Michelle. Hi, you guys. I'm going to actually, that's right. Let me pull you guys up on the screen because the comments weren't working last time. Here we are. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Welcome, you guys. So glad you're here. Yeah, I'll try and catch your comments here on the computer, but make sure to say hello when you get here. So I'm going to give you the thing that's helped me really deal, hi Grace, helped me deal with a vulnerability hangover, because you guys, it's legit. And so the very first step, like I said, I'm going to give you 3 ways. It does not go away. What happens is you just get better at dealing with it because you can recognize your own process and what it looks like. So tip number 1 is to get to know yourself and recognize it as a vulnerability hangover. Call it whatever you want, name it something, and start to disassociate yourself from it. And so that's definitely the best thing you can do, because what happens is we get high, like we get on a high and we're sharing and feels so good, and then it can crash. And if we don't get the exact response we wanted, it can be really disheartening and it can set us back, right? It's like 1 step forward, 3 steps back kind of a feeling. And while you're not really taking those steps back, we just have to remember that. And that's why there's so much power in naming it and saying, okay, today I feel sluggish, I feel tired. This is what happens to me. I hate everything. Like, I'll get this thought, I'm like, I hate everything. And then I'm like, oh, something's going on, because I don't normally hate everything. But so whatever those triggers are for you, and I think being tired is a big one for a lot of people. But maybe it's a feeling of dread, or it's a feeling of anxiety or overwhelm, or whatever those feelings are that come up. Just name them and disassociate the core of who you are from them, because those feelings do not define you. What they are is your ego telling you you're changing too fast. This is uncomfortable. And that is okay. It's okay that we have that. And it's really important to be able to just separate yourself from it, right? So that's number 1. Once you have done that, then you can start to think of something else. Like, okay, what are my tips? What are the tips Jaya gave me, or what are my tools? And I know that you guys probably have a lot of awesome tips and tools that you already use. So hopefully this just adds to it. The second thing I really like to think about is the impact that I'm making. And I want you to know that even if you only had 10 people view your video, which when you put a video on Facebook, guaranteed you're going to get more than 10 views. Even if you only had 80 and you're comparing yourself to somebody who had 500 or 1,000 or 1,000,000, right? Well, that's still 80 people that were influenced by something you said. And so to take away the feeling that we have to have somebody's approval to share our gift, and that you don't have to, I know it's nice, and I hope that you do get praise for what you're doing, but you might not. And especially at first, it's very important to own your message and own the power behind your message, and trust that the people who are meant to hear you will come, that the people who are watching you, like I said, even if it's 10 or 80 people, that in some way you touched them. Because I can tell you that by watching all of your videos, I was touched by something everybody said. And you might not even know that. Like, I didn't get a chance to tell you specifically what touched me. And so it is so important to take the attention off of ourselves and how we feel scared and how we feel vulnerable and how we're tired or whatever it is, and put it back on that mirror and say, okay, because like, for example, today I still have it. Like, last week was a lot for me too. And now I've gone into launching Rock Your Videos, which is a whole nother level of putting myself out there. And I have to be honest with you, it is not my favorite. My favorite thing to do is show up and do this. Like, this is what I'm good at. And I don't love writing sales emails. I don't love telling people 80 times that the cart for Rock Your Videos is open. I'm kind of like, I just want people just to buy it. Like, and I understand that in sales, you have to show up because people will procrastinate and all of these reasons, right? But today, I don't want to be doing anything. And yet I knew somewhere in my heart that somebody needed to hear this message and that it was important for me to share that. And so when we are truly in service and we're sharing our message because we know the value, first and foremost. And then even if it's only one person, each one teach one, that gets that value, that is a motivation to keep going. And again, I can't see your guys' comments. I'm guessing they're gonna just all come in at once. But hi, Jackie. Hi, Janya. Aw, I love you guys being here. Okay, now I'm seeing your comments. Grace says, this is such a good topic. I get super emotional, like nothing I say matters. I have no value, blah, blah, blah. Grace, I understand, and we all do. And that's the thing, is that if anything, what I want you to take from this is just that it's okay to have those thoughts. Like, getting to the next level, having an X amount of success or X amount of followers and impact, it doesn't mean I don't have those feelings. I have the exact same feelings. And yet I have a system that I take myself through that says, okay, Jaya, recognize that those are those type of feelings. Those are not the feelings I base my life and business on. And then recognize that I know I've touched people. And even if you only get one comment that you touched somebody, believe that, receive that, and know that that is your value being mirrored back to you. And to start to use that as a real reason to show up. And I use that always, like in my sales copy, and I say that to everybody because who I attract are spiritual entrepreneurs, coaches, healers who have a message to share and who do know deep down that somebody needs to hear it. And I know that every single one of you feels that way. And that other side, the mean girl or the ego, that side that's trying to keep you small, is a piece of this. And so it's the learning how to dance with it, not delete it, right? Thanks for showing up in this, Judy. Oh, Judith. Okay, you're welcome, love. Sorry, I only can see, you needed to hear this, Laura. How are you so intuitive? Girl, I can go on about how I'm so intuitive, and actually that's what I'm speaking about in Canada, so you'll have to come. But I know the process. And so the better you get at the process, the more of a master you become, right? And so it just is the continually showing up and doing it anyway. But I do think this process helps. So number one is just recognizing it, calling a spade a spade. Call it what it is. It's a vulnerability hangover. It's whatever you call it. Disassociate your truth from it, and yet still value it and see that it exists. The second is to start to redirect that energy and start to think about the people that need that message, that one nice message you got, the people who you're touching, the views you got. And then the third one is to call on your support and always have skin in the game. Because I know that I preach this all the time in terms of investing in yourself. And I mean it so much, because I have invested a lot in myself in my online business. And while I know that I'm the one that has gotten myself here, I do believe that I've gotten myself here because of those choices that I've made. And every time I feel low, I have such a fire under my ass because I just spent $11,000 on a one-on-one coach. Or before that, I had spent over $10,000. I just did a $1,500 program and a $1,000 3-hour session, and like so much time, energy, and money is invested in my success that it holds a fire under my ass and I'm able to more quickly go through this process. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, babe, get some self-care in, do what you need to do, move on. Like, it becomes this process of moving on quicker. But if you don't have skin in the game and you don't have a fire under your ass and something more than you and your ego, it is hard. And so I don't know really what to tell you. If you're not willing to invest in yourself or you don't feel that you can, this is the one tip that I will give you. If you say to yourself, even I'm going to give you guys an update on Rock Your Videos right after this. And so when I'm saying to you, okay, Rock Your Videos is a great next step for this. You already got some practice under your belt. You feel what the sisterhood feels like. You know that I'm going to teach you awesome stuff. You see the results I've gotten from doing this. So I can obviously help you do it too, right? Well, when you hear all of that, if all you think is, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. Well, I hope for you, whether it's in this program with me or it's the next program that feels aligned for you, that at some point we have to switch that dialogue and that inner truth has to take over and we have to say, I don't think I can afford it. But instead of saying that, maybe I can ask myself, how can I afford it? What can I do? Because I know that this is going to get me to the next level. And is it the chicken or the egg? Are you going to wait until you make money? Are you going to wait until you attract 3 new clients and then you're going to invest $1,000 into your business? Or is investing $1,000 into your business going to get you 3 new clients? I would be asking those type of questions because the people that I see skyrocket to the top and really make an impact in a faster way and start to make that income are all people that are investing in themselves at a very high level. And that's why I created this so that it is only $9.97 or 2 payments of $5.50, right? Because if you're in business for yourself, like, you need to be able to invest that much money in your business. You need to if you want people to invest in you. And so calling on your support and having that skin in the game is what is really going to keep you going, because you're not going to always want to show up. It's not going to always feel good. It is not always like shiny glory. And a lot of times it just has to do with how much you believe in yourself and how much you've invested in yourself. And that is, I could do, you guys know, I could go on and on. Absolutely, Janya says, Grace says, love that. Moving on, process, new language to say, let it go. Yes. Janya says, oh my God, so nervous yesterday. I froze in the middle. Yeah. And that's okay. We're never going to know until we do it, right? We aren't going to get better. Like I always say, practice makes it possible. So I wanted to give you guys an update on where we are with Rock Your Videos, because I did open it to the waiting list yesterday, and I'm actually opening up now to all the ladies who took the course. So the link is above, and what I wanted to tell you is that I sold out the initial bonus. So I added a bonus in of 5 one-on-one sessions with me where we could really dial out your strategy. And the reality is that one-on-one is so awesome. When you take a group course, the one-on-one piece is really, really valuable to get included if you can ever do that. Like I always say, jump on that. I always do personally, because I love one-on-one attention. Kind of like a one-on-one whore. I'm like, I only work with people one-on-one, I guess is what I should say, for myself. So I realized that I could add in another bonus. So I'm adding in another bonus as I put this out now to everybody who took the challenge. And that is a personalized video assessment. So at any point during the course, whatever video someone wants me to watch, I will watch it and give a full-on half-hour feedback on really exactly what was going on and what you can improve. So I say how you can rock it even harder, because getting that professional advice can be so helpful. It's sometimes hard to see ourselves and see how we can improve. So for the next 5 people who are ready to commit and ready to take their business to the next level using video, really ready right now. I always say this, if not now, when? When is there going to be a better time? When are you going to actually have $1,000 extra? When is it ever going to feel comfortable to stick your neck out? Because the reality is, the way the law of attraction works, the way the universe works, is that you have to believe it first, and then the universe will serve it. And you have to see it. And if you don't see it, and you don't see that investing $1,000 in your business is going to get you to that next level, then it's not going to. And so it really is just that simple. And I want that for you, because I know that when you have that mind shift that says like, now, right now is the time, I'm going to go for it. It's going to help me. It's going to get me where I want to go. And that is all that matters. That is all that matters, because your greater purpose and your greater why is standing behind you saying, go, go, go. And you feel called, and you already know that this is the truth. And I'm here to tell you it. So I would love for you to join us, because it's amazing already. I just already feel the energy, and this is really the time. Like 2017 is the time for all of us soul sisters, all of these amazing women who have a message to share, to step out, even if it's uncomfortable, and be the leader that you are. Like I said yesterday, leaders go first, and I love that quote so much, and it is so true. And it does not mean it's easy, and it does not mean it's not uncomfortable, and it also doesn't mean you're not gonna have a vulnerability hangover afterwards. But when you practice that and you get this 3-step system I just talked about, recognizing what it is, thinking of the people you're supporting, and calling on your support and having skin in the game, it really is the recipe. So if what you want is big success in 2017, I just ask you, if not now, when? When is it ever going to feel comfortable to be uncomfortable? I love you, and I'm doing a little tough love, and I know that some of you need it. And if you needed it, then get your booty into the next 5 people. Be one of the next 5 people, because I would love to have that opportunity to have that little bit of personalized service with you. And I just can't do it for everybody that joins. So it's just the initial decisive, really the action takers, because you action takers are the ones who are going to see the big results anyway, right? All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.